Time once again for Habs fan reaction with Matt, the Habs fan. Well, that's more like it. A 6-3 victory over the reigning Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues at home on Saturday night. What a great game. Right away, I noticed some real serious improvements over the last couple of games that the Habs have played. And I think that some of the things that I was talking about in the previous videos are really what they adopted in order to have this better outcome. Better zone clearing right away. Really good pushback, shorthanded. They're showing a lot of great speed, good passing, good power play responses. Obviously, they're up against a Blues team that's dominant against Eastern Conference teams traditionally, but they really hung with them and outplayed them. Really, you know that's awesome. That's a really good sign. Let me see. Looking at my notes here. Right away, they had better puck movement and some good chances right off the top. I noticed Shea Weber playing his normal, difficult to play against style. If you got close to him, you get knocked down. Great puck handling by Price. There was good defense and good offense from the Habs in that game. The Blues, though, were blocking shots left and right. I don't know if you noticed that. I think after the second period, the blocked shots were something like 15-4 in favor of the Blues. And then there's, of course, the first goal. Tatar scored while they were showing something else, a replay of earlier part of the game. But anyway, that was a lot of hard work. Gallagher and Tatar face-off win, rapid goal. So excellent hustle there. The Blues as well had a lot of good chances. There's some really solid goaltending by Carey Price. But the Habs were playing their speed game with good forechecking, lots of aggressive offense. Man, they looked great in the first period. Then the Blues scored kind of a weird one in and out of the net there by Shen. Domi then had a turnover, but some real nifty moves there by Deneau as well, I noticed, playing really well. And then Drouin comes on the ice, picks up a good pass, scores. Quick response to the Blues goal, making it 2-1. Perfect shot. Drouin is looking awesome this year so far. It's really great to see him doing well. That's exciting, and we can really hope that on the go forward he'll keep this up. So 2-1, end of the first period for the Habs. Gotta love Max Domi's grin there in the Sportsnet commercial. That's awesome. I noticed that Suzuki had been moved to the fourth line, but you know, he played pretty well. He's still, I think, adjusting to the style of play, more aggressive style of play in the NHL. So, you know, a lot of good passing. Notice Gallagher drawing a penalty there in the second period. I think that's a Bob Ross candidate for drawing a penalty there. Durant looked good on the power play. But, you know, they had a lot of power plays with no goals in this game, and so that's still a problem. Imagine how the Habs would look if they had a wicked power play, plus the kind of offense and speed that they can pour on. We would really be bumping it up in the contention department, I believe, with a better power play. So they've really got to focus on that. I don't know if we need to trade or acquire a power play specialist, but something's going on there with that power play. They had better puck movement, though, I noticed. They had better passing. They had some good chances. So hopefully they can pull something off there and get that improved, because I think it can really make a difference, you know, especially in close games and in, you know, it's a long season, a lot of grind for points. You got to have that power play operational. Mete still hasn't scored. That's too bad. But you know what? He's playing well. He's moving the puck well. He's good defensive fundamentals. I think he just needs to be patient. He might be squeezing the stick a little tight at this stage. But hopefully, you know, we're rooting for you, Mete. Keep it up. You're doing well. You're going to be just fine. I thought the penalty call on Lehkonen in the second period there was pretty weak. But then, despite some pretty nifty saves by Price, the Blues scored to take the lead. The announcer there, pretty weak joke. He goes, the Blues are smoking in Montreal just like the meat. Come on. Anyway, there was a beauty play there at that stage. Galley to Tatar to Deneau. Bunch of really good chances. I noticed Shea Weber really laying the body on Sundqvist there. Ow, that must have hurt. Had a few friends calling me at that stage to see how I was feeling about the game, making sure I wasn't melting down. But anyway, so after 2, it was 3-3. Some really good chances at the end of the second period. Gallagher, boy, man, what a fighter. He never gives up on a play. Always playing his heart out. You know, you got to really hand it to him. Then in the third period, there was some pretty amazing saves on the part of the Blues goalie there, Bennington. Noticed how good the pairing is between Armia and Kotkaniemi. What an amazing! That's a good line. They're going to be amazing. So they're developing. They're just really having a lot of chemistry. It's awesome. But Bennington still was looking pretty great, to be honest. Notice also in the third period, Domi had a great defensive play. He batted the puck right out of the air, knocked it down, shot it up the ice, and got it out of the zone. And that wheel there, what a great player as well. He was playing really well tonight. They had a great chance for Wheel. Somehow he fanned on the open net. Perfect pass. But then Lehkonen grabs the puck. I don't know what was going on, where the Blues defenseman thought the play was over or something. I don't know. Lehkonen's there banging away at the side of the net. Scores. That was awesome. So there we go. Another good example of showing stick-to-itiveness, being opportunistic, taking whatever opportunity you have and just capitalizing on it. At that stage, Ole Ole started to be sung at the old Bell Center, which was fun to hear. So, you know, really, we saw a lot of greatly improved offense and defense tonight on the part of the Habs, as I said before. They were talking about how the team had a video meeting before this game, after the opener, which they found, you know, obviously was disappointing. And that really did help, obviously, really made an improvement. Noticed a lot of good touch passing with this game as well. Really good, quick passing. That's exactly what they need to do. With their speed game, you can't be hanging onto the puck and waiting for the other team to adjust. You got to do some quick passing, get the afterburners turned on, get motoring up into the attacking zone. Domi sure was fired up on the bench after taking a cheap shot to the face, which the refs apparently did not see at all, or thought maybe he was, you know, trying to act, or you know, like he was embellishing. But, you know, I think he legitimately was bashed in the face with the butt of a stick. That's not great. Although he might have tried to oversell it a bit there. But he got real fired up. There was a couple of shots there that were pretty scary looking. One of them went right off of Carey Price's face mask. But some great saves by Carey Price at that stage of the game. And then some beauty moves in the pass by Domi. And Gallagher gets a greasy Galley goal. How many times we've seen that? People shoving Galley into the goalie. And he manages somehow the puck to squirt in there. 5-3 Habs at that point. Later on, with the empty netter, Domi, with a lot of heart, I thought, scored another goal. A lot of determination, a little bit of anger there. So, anyway, Kotkaniemi too. You know, such great hands he has. Just the stick's just like butter. It's on a string, you know. The puck's on a string. Beautiful. Anyway, that was it. Interesting point about this game. That was the first time, apparently, in Bennington's career that he has allowed 5 goals, or actually 4 goals or more in a game. Wow. Against our Montreal Canadiens. That is a really good sign. So, awesome to see. Great to see the Habs get their first regulation win against the St. Louis Blues. You know, when I was younger, I always kind of hated the Blues. It seemed like the Habs would go out west for a Western road trip and get stomped by the Blues every year, just about. Frustrating. But actually, after watching them in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year, I really started to like the team. Got a lot of respect for them. They got a lot of heart, that team. So I was looking forward to a good game, and they really did have. They had a good game. And so no chirps or cute things to say to your St. Louis Blues fan coworkers this time around. But First regulation win. Awesome. Good signs, really good improvements, good adjustments from this game. So I'm looking forward to the next game. Go Habs, go.